It's almost Thanksgiving. At school, we have been doing a lesson about things we can be thankful for. There's so many things all around us, some that we might not even notice, but we sure miss them if they were gone. Can you imagine not having shoes ever? Or how about a bathroom or running water? Those are some basic things. One thing we were talking about at school is to be thankful for this. Our hand. This is the hand I write with. I think everybody has a dominant hand. Can you imagine if we only had one hand? It would be almost impossible, at least for me, to tie my shoes. Or writing. It's a lot easier for me to do it with this hand than this hand. Playing sports, lots of things. It's nice to have two hands. Not everybody has two hands. If we see someone that maybe doesn't have two hands or a body that is functioning like the rest of us, we should help them out and then be thankful that we have what we do, like our hands. Can you imagine not being able to smell? I have a friend, he was born without being able to smell. It would be sad not to be able to smell flowers or bacon and things. Did you know that our taste is also largely from our smell? He can only taste salty and sweet. It would be sad not to know what chocolate tastes like, or ice cream, or pizza. I am very thankful that I can smell and that it helps me be able to taste things. There's lots of things that we have that make our life a little extra special. And it would be nice to pay attention to those, not just at Thanksgiving, but all the time. When we notice the things that we have, it helps us feel happier and be nicer to others, especially those who maybe don't have some of the things we have to enjoy. I have a few things here that I like. I have always liked paper. I like all the colors and the patterns. I like big pieces of paper, small papers. Here's a treat that I really like. This is some chocolate and nuts, hazelnuts. Uncle Jensen doesn't like nuts, but I like nuts. So sometimes we're thankful for different things. I am also, of course, thankful for books. This is a book that I just finished reading. I really like the series. I think we all have different kinds of books that we enjoy more than others. Macy likes the Maisie books, and Lucas likes things about Spider-Man. Everybody has something that perhaps is a little extra special. When my children were young, they liked to watch the show called Franklin, and I have a Franklin book today. I really like the artwork and the Franklin stories, and they're also just really sweet and teach good lessons. This book has a lot of words on the pages, but the story is special and we can learn something nice. So let's read Franklin's Thanksgiving and see what he is thankful for. Franklin's Thanksgiving. Oops. Look at that yummy food. There's Franklin. Franklin liked everything about Thanksgiving. He liked eating pumpkin fly pie and cranberry jelly. He liked making cornucopias and corn husk dolls. But most of all, he liked having his grandma and grandpa come for dinner. It was the family tradition, and Franklin could hardly wait. There he is with his grandparents. It's nice to have time with Grandma and Grandpa. A week before Thanksgiving, a postcard arrived from Franklin's grandparents. "Oh dear," sighed Franklin's mother. "Grandma and Grandpa can't make it back for the holiday." "But they have to," cried Franklin. They're always here for Thanksgiving." Franklin's mother gave him a hug. "There will be 4 of us," she said. "It won't be the same," grumbled Franklin. Look at his sister playing in the leaves. There's the postcard. Yeah, it would be disappointing. Over the next few days, Franklin was so busy that he didn't have much time to think about Grandma and Grandpa. He helped his mother pick apples and make applesauce. He helped his father dig up vegetables and store them in the cellar. Franklin and Bear helped Harriet and Beatrice pick berries and gather nuts. In the gardens and orchards, forests and fields, everyone was bringing in the harvest. There they are. Yeah, the fall is a good time to gather things. Freeze them, put them in bottles, save them for later. Franklin counted all the jars of jams and preserves. "I think this year was the most bountiful ever," announced his father. "We could feed the whole town." "I wish we could feed Grandma and Grandpa," sighed Franklin. His mother agreed. "We'll miss having company," she said. Wow, look at all the things they made. Their hard work's paying off. At school, Franklin's class made a harvest quilt and learned how the early settlers celebrated Thanksgiving. "What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Mr. Owl?" asked Franklin. "I'll have dinner with my mother," he replied. "Our relatives can't visit this year." "Ours neither," said Franklin. Then he had an idea. He invited Mr. Owl and his mother for dinner. "It's all right with my parents," Franklin explained. "They want company." "Well, thank you, Franklin," said Mr. Owl. "We'd be delighted to come." Franklin smiled. This would be a wonderful surprise for his parents. Wow, look at what they're making. Snails helping. There's Franklin inviting Mr. Owl. I wonder if it will be a happy surprise. At home, Franklin's mother looked at the berry pies cooling on the windowsill. She had an idea. She walked over to Bear's house and invited the whole family for Thanksgiving. "It will be a wonderful surprise for everyone," she explained. Well, look at them. It'd be kind of interesting to have a house in the tree. In the garden, Franklin's father waved to Mr. Mole. "Are you going to your sister's for Thanksgiving?" he asked. "Not this year," replied Mr. Mole. "With my broken ankle, I can't go far." Franklin's father had an idea. He invited Mr. Mole for dinner. "It will be a wonderful surprise for everyone," he explained. Getting more and more people. Ooh, ouch, he did hurt his ankle, didn't he? That's another thing I'm thankful for, is to have 2 legs that work. After school, Franklin went home with Moose. That's when he had another idea. It was the Moose family's first Thanksgiving in Woodland. Franklin invited them for dinner. "It's all right with my parents," he explained. "They want company." Wow, it's getting bigger and bigger. "We'd be delighted," said Mrs. Moose. Franklin smiled. His surprise was getting bigger and bigger. Ooh, it's fun to play checkers, especially with a friend. Looks like they're going to get some treats. On Thanksgiving morning, Franklin got up early to help with dinner. He stirred soup and shucked corn. Then he set the table for 9. Franklin's father counted the place settings. He shook his head and reset the table for 5. Franklin's mother looked at the table. She was puzzled, but she added 3 more place settings. Boy, they all were kind and invited people, but they forgot to talk about it. Everyone took turns peeking out the window, waiting for the surprise. Wow, look, even the little sister is helping. It's hard to wait for friends to come. Mr. Owl and his mother were the first to arrive. "Surprise!" Franklin shouted to his parents. "That is a surprise," they exclaimed. Then Franklin saw the bear family and Mr. Mole. Now everyone was surprised. All the guests crowded inside, holding platters and bowls heaped high with food. Oh, they're all sharing. They all brought something to share. Ooh, a cozy fire's going on, and now the friends can be together. What a fun neighborhood and community event. Franklin and his parents laughed and tried to explain what had happened. "Well, we sure have plenty to eat," declared Franklin's mother. "We just don't have plenty of room." Franklin knew they had a big problem. The Moose family hadn't arrived yet. Franklin looked around. There wasn't one bit of room inside. But outside, suddenly Franklin knew what to do. Thank goodness it's not too bad out there, huh? It looks like nice fall weather. Moose and his family arrived as all the others came out the door. Everyone carried food and dishes, tables and chairs. "What's going on?" asked Moose. "We're eating outside, or we're eating our Thanksgiving dinner in the field," answered Bear. "Just like the early settlers," said Franklin. That is kind of what the people used to do. They lived in tiny houses and had to eat outside a lot if there were a lot of people. Wow, there they all are, helping and making it work. It was a wonderful afternoon. Everyone ate lots of good food, and everyone said how thankful they were for good friends and family. Franklin was thankful for 3 helpings of pumpkin fly pie. Grandpa likes pumpkin pie, but without the flies. "I'm eating Grandma and Grandpa's share," he explained. Wow, look at all of them. That's definitely something to be thankful for. It's good friends and good neighbors. Soon the sun was setting, and it was time to go home. "This was a wonderful day," said Franklin's mother. Franklin agreed. "Let's do it again next year," he said. Everyone laughed and cheered. Well, they do look like they're having fun. Little picnic even. Grandma and Grandpa phoned later that night, and Franklin told them all about the new Thanksgiving tradition. They promised that next year they wouldn't miss it for anything. Franklin smiled. He might not get 3 helpings of pumpkin fly pie next year, but he knew he'd still be thankful. Yep. I'm thankful for phones, too. I bet if you were to walk around the house, look at all the things inside the house and outside the house, you could start making a list of lots of things to be thankful for, just like Franklin. And one thing I'm thankful for is all of you. Happy Thanksgiving.